Tennis with the Cause is brought to you by Firkins Automotive. Find it at Firkins. And by Lakewood National. Lakewood National. Golf, tennis, spa, home.
Hi, tennis fans. The Cause here with you for another half hour inside the world of tennis. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Your next vehicle is as close as your fingertips. Log on to Firkins.com and shop hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles from the convenience of your home or office, 24/7, rain or shine. All makes, all models, something for every budget. Shop Firkins.com for internet specials, trade values, credit approval, a payment calculator, schedule a service appointment. You can even chat with a team member to answer your questions. It's that simple. Log on today. Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins.com.
Lakewood National Golf Club is the area's newest luxury community. This gated 900-acre wooded enclave features 36 holes of Arnold Palmer-designed golf, 8 Har-Tru lighted tennis courts, a practice court with a self-returning ball machine, dedicated pickleball courts, and 2 Har-Tru bocce ball courts, as well as state-of-the-art fitness center, a luxurious Utopia spa, grand clubhouse, resort-style swimming pool, and homes for every style of living. Built by Lennar, America's leading developer of quality luxury communities. Stop by today for a tour at 17605 Lakewood National Parkway off of State Road 70. Or log on to lakewoodnationalgc.com to learn more about the resort quality lifestyle that awaits you at Lakewood National Golf Club.
I'm Whitney Osigwe, and you're Inside Tennis with the Cause.
Hi, tennis fans. Terrific as always to be with you. Busy times on the Suncoast, within the Sunshine State, and around the country. Had a blast at the Elizabeth Moore Sarasota Open, hosted by Laurel Oak Country Club, with Suncoast players, doubles semifinalist Sekou Bangura, Micah Braswell, Russell Badasco, singles quarterfinalist Sebastian Corda, and also catching the action at the Oaks Club 25,000 Women's USTA event with a number of our Sarasota players, Nikki Yanez, Mara Schmidt, Amanda Rogers, and Ellie Mandlik. It was a wonderful time at the Buddy Up Tennis fundraiser at Bath and Racket with Allison Davis, Nick Bolletary, and the Suncoast Pros. Informative time spent with Universal Tennis Ratings CEO Mark Leshley and UTR Head of Development Dave Fish. Excited about this one. Congratulations to Jimmy Aries, former number 5 world singles ranked player, being named Director of Tennis at IMG. We're proud of you, Jimmy boy. And get this, the tennis world is so thrilled to have the United States Postal Service honoring Maureen Connolly, the first woman to win a Grand Slam, with a commemorative stamp. Oh, what a proud day for the Little Mo family. World Team Tennis is coming to the USTA National Campus. The Orlando Storm will be playing 8 home matches, July 14th through the 31st. Can't wait to catch the action. Happy to see Sunshine State resident Sonia Kennan clinching the Fed Cup match versus Switzerland, with the U.S. advancing to the World Cup playoffs in 2020. Congratulations to Bradenton resident and Special Olympics #1 ranked singles player Ryan Smith, becoming a USPTA teaching pro. Ryan, much hard work went into that, and we are so proud of you. Hats off to 15-year-old Martin Dam, finalist of the boys' 18 National Easter Bowl. Tyler Zink and Toby Alex Kodat won the boys' 18 doubles. Martin Dam was a finalist in the doubles. Fellow Suncoast and Sunshine tennis professionals, soon to come a platform to drive local community support to your local tennis pro shops and stores. That's right, Local players will buy their equipment from local tennis professionals with competitive pricing and superior service. So what's new on the show today? Well, we have another great one for you. We will give you an inside look at the Miami Open at the Hard Rock Cafe. You will be informed with the latest movement in the tennis industry. The UTR, Universal Tennis Rating. You will share the senior player passion at the Palm Air Country Club Super Seniors Grand Prix. You will catch the action at the Next Generation Academy. At the Longwood Athletic Club with Travis Eckert, you will participate in the excitement of the Lakewood National Tennis Giveaway Drawing, and we will keep you tennis educated with our Lakewood National Tennis Tips with Nate Griffin. So let's get it launched with the Miami Open. Oh, what a windfall this is to run into Butch Buchholz. Those who go back knew the guy as one of the handsome eight. Boy, your head was big at that time, and it's even bigger today when I mentioned that to you. Butch, you put it all together, the Lipton. And I remember early on, I said, Butch, will it ever change from the name Lipton? And it did.
Yes.
Tell us the changes that have taken place from Lipton to now.
Well, we've had a lot of changes. One, we've had the first 3 years, we had 3 different locations. We started in Delray, went to Boca, and then went to Key Biscayne, which we had thought was going to be permanent. Lipton was a long-time sponsor, 15 years. That's a long time for a sponsor. And personnel changes, things change, and we were fortunate. We were able to get Ericsson, and then we had NASDAQ, and then we had Sony.
Was involved there?
And Sony Ericsson. So I think the tournament's been, really well represented with great companies.
How exciting is to see this unique venue, a stadium inside of a stadium. Can you explain that?
I had a hard time understanding it until I saw it. And I think they've done a wonderful job. This is a major upgrade from what we had at Key Biscayne. I think, the Miami Open is back on top again. It really is. And Steve Ross has done a great job, the Dolphin people, and a lot of the people that were with us for 30 years are still here, which is great. And I just think it's a great site, and it's good for tennis.
Ben, there isn't a thing that you can't describe. So I'm going to ask you, describe this. How tough is this to describe and do it justice?
Think of Arthur Ashe Stadium being the biggest building in tennis, but this NFL stadium really puts that in context, and you see sort of how small the tennis footprint usually is when it's put on this enormous of a foundation here in football. And it's in a very interesting, very innovative way of building off existing infrastructure to make tennis viable here.
Did you ever think you would see tennis played inside of a major football stadium?
No, it's the first time in my life that I've actually seen a stadium within a stadium for tennis, and I think it's really interesting because it almost has an indoor feel. The sound of the ball is a little muffled, and also the shade is really, most of the court is shaded, and for the fans, that's a beautiful thing, because you know how it is on Key Biscayne. It's paradise, but you can get hammered by the sun, so they did a really good job with the stadium, I thought. I would say to people, don't get overwhelmed by the size of the stadium, because the outer courts and the grandstand are so intimate, where if you like to be close to the action, they sort of give you the best of both worlds. So they give you the intimacy of the outer courts and the grandstand, and then if you want the spectacle of the big stage, you have it here. Although this stadium isn't as huge as Arthur Ashe at the Open, I think that's a good idea that they did that. I think to me that's too massive. So I think they got it right as far as the size.
The new venue is very impressive, but it's very different than Key Biscayne. At first, me and everybody, all the other reporters, were having trouble adapting to it and finding all the courts, but each day it grows on us. It gets better and better each day, and I think this tournament is going to be better than the Key Biscayne location. The stadium, I think, is awesome. It's one of the most amazing stadiums to see in tennis. It's even more impressive than Ashe Stadium in a way. A stadium within a stadium, I don't think has ever been done before in tennis anywhere. And I remember seeing Federer here, the first practice he had, and between balls and points, he was looking around. He was like looking around, checking out the stadium. He was in awe of it. But it's Miami Open is one of the best tournaments of the year, and I think it's a better location. They're getting bigger crowds here. It's more accessible to get to than Key Biscayne.
So this is a tremendous site, Kaz. What they've done here for IMG and Stephen Ross, the owner of the Dolphins and Hard Rock Stadium, and the tournament is absolutely fantastic. And let me mention this. Think back 3 years ago, if you had said to me, Jim, the Miami Open is going to be played at Hard Rock Stadium, and Naomi Osaka, who's growing up in Pembroke Pines, 5 miles north of here, and doesn't play junior tournaments hardly at all, is going to be #1 in the world, I would have said, Kaz, I think you need a break, or maybe you need to go visit your psychiatrist. You can't make this stuff up, and yet it's all true. I think it's been a great move from Key Biscayne. What's better here is for the fans in terms of getting here is so much easier for access and for parking. It's right off the Florida Turnpike, and it's easy access from other areas. A lot, not just 1-2-lane road that you're going down and you get on a bus and then you have to sit in more traffic. You just drive right up and you're here. If you sit and think about it for a second, this is going to be the site of next year's Super Bowl. This is the home of the Miami Hurricanes, the Miami Dolphins. It's the home of the Orange Bowl. And about 3 weeks from now, the Rolling Stones are going to have a concert here. So this is an event place. That's what Stephen Ross, the owner, was looking for, was more events. And when he realized that the Miami Open might move, and who knows, we might have lost it to Hong Kong, Dubai, or whatever, he kept it in the state of Florida, which is great.
It's really exciting, and I love all the opportunities, the possibilities we have, and I love the fact that it's more than, in my opinion, more than just a tennis tournament. We've got an unbelievable entertainment experience in the courtyard. We've got different neighborhoods. We got Kiki's on the river, and live music a lot of times, DJs, and just a lot of different pockets of entertainment. We've got art out there, so you can really help the casual tennis fan just as much as you can the diehard tennis fans that get to see the greatest tennis in the world.
I'm really proud of him. I think he's making the transition out of being a player, and he's taking it seriously. He looks a little stressed right now with all of the rain, but I think he's doing a good job so far, and everybody I've spoken to here seems to like the new venue.
I think it's interesting. I think the outer grounds are fabulous. I think the stadium, people are on the outside more, so I think the stadium is going to grow into a great locale, but it still has some growing pains.
It's kind of an interesting situation. What they had to do is they took one end of the stadium, like by the end zone, and so it's kind of a horseshoe. Stadiums are kind of oval. They kind of cut it in half and put in a big grandstand in the middle, so that they sort of closed it off. So the effect, though, the total effect, is that you've got a stadium within a stadium, like those Russian nesting dolls.
Well, my brother and I were partners, and Trey, Cliff Buckholz, and the tournament was run for about 5 or 6 years with my son, with Trey, and his wife Erica was one of our main salespeople. So it was a family thing, and we had different kids worked the tournament at different times, and it was a family business. It really was.
Your next vehicle is as close as your fingertips. Log on to Firkins.com and shop hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles from the convenience of your home or office, 24/7, rain or shine. All makes, all models, something for every budget. Shop Firkins.com for internet specials, trade values, credit approval, a payment calculator, schedule a service appointment. You can even chat with a team member to answer your questions. It's that simple. Log on today. Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins.com.
Hey, I'm Jan Michael Gamble, and you're Inside Tennis with The Cause.
Tennis fans, thanks for staying with us. Hope that you enjoy the remainder of the show with the Palm Air Country Club Super Senior Grand Prix, the Next Generation Academy Junior Tennis Tournament, and getting more informed about UTR. As the director of tennis here at Palm Air, what's this event mean to the community, to the club members? What's it mean to the lesson program?
Well, we're excited about it because it's an opportunity for our members to be a part of a big tournament. I do get a lot of members that volunteer their time. It also brings them out and lets them see some world-class tennis.
What does competitive senior tennis mean to you?
I think it means the ability to compete at a certain level and still enjoy the game.
I just really enjoy playing in competition and the camaraderie. First year, we didn't make that many friends, but the second year, we started making a lot of friends. My wife really liked it from then on.
A lot of friendships through the senior thing, and it's great to see all these guys at our age out here having fun playing tennis, bringing their wives here, and we take them out to dinner after they watch us play tennis, you know, that kind of stuff. So it means a lot to me.
About 10 years ago, I started back playing competitive, and I'm kind of sorry I quit because it's a lot of fun. It's work, but a lot of fun.
Competitive tennis, for those of us who've retired, we were in competitive professions. It just gives us a little something to get the juices flowing, and it's just, we feel grateful to be able to do it. So in some ways, it's just a blessing to be able, at our age, to get out and run around on the court, construct points, occasionally hit some great shots. The key is you celebrate your great shots and you forget about your errors.
Cherville's back in full form. How exciting is it for everybody to have Larry back in action?
It's very exciting. It's always nice to have Larry here, not only playing but also helping a little bit behind the scenes with the tournament. It does certainly get the members excited to have him here.
Larry, you were out for 6 months, and my, oh my, did this circuit, did the international tennis world miss you? You come back, you play your first tournament, he doesn't know how to lose. You forgot ever how to lose. What's it feel like to be back?
It's great to be back, really is, to play. It's so much fun competing, you know, when you got it in your blood and all that good stuff. And so being out was a little tough, but it's great to be back. And I'd like to thank all the people who, you know, really gave me prayers and wishes and with goodwill while I was recovering, and that was a big help, you know.
These people are saying he's as smooth as ever. Right now it's not too cool to say smooth, but it's cool to see it.
Well, you know, I've been working at it for a few years, so I like to think my game is fairly smooth. And I've actually been hitting more topspin and stuff like that these days, but it's still a little bit old school, you know, and a good slice backhand.
Travis, you take care of these kids' competitive tennis tournaments because you give them 15 during the school year. What do you enjoy most about making that available at this venue?
To be honest, I think it's seeing the kids come back year after year. So when you see a young boy or girl starting in the girls and boys 10s, and then 6-7 years later they're in the 16s, 18s, and they've accomplished what they're trying to do, and they move into college and they're talking about college and talking to guys recruiting them. It's sort of neat.
A number of your matches are on clay. What's this do for the kids who haven't played a lot of clay before?
Well, down here, if you're in Florida, you're playing a lot of clay court tournaments. Most of the clubs are clay court oriented just because of the number of retirees and the clay's softer on their legs. But I think it's good for the juniors as well. It teaches them longer rallies, a little bit how to more create points, and also same thing, saves their legs and their bodies for later.
Well, tournament tennis is really fun because a lot of my people that I train with from my academy get to come over and I get to see them play as well as watch like all the training that I've done like pay off.
Talk about training. What shots do you work on during the week that you're really eager to go out here and try in a match?
Well, recently my serve's been getting a lot better and my forehand since I've changed my string tension. So a lot of just new shots, like getting used to my tension.
That's very interesting. Does a young guy go up in tension or down in tension?
I went up in tension. Yeah, I went from 52 to 55.
Well, I just try to play really well in practice. You know, I just try to perform in points as if I'm gonna play a tournament, and so I can prepare well for the tournament. And then I feel really comfortable in tournament playing well. And then you just have some pressure added. That's the only difference between the practice and tournament, really.
Yeah, it's just awesome translating your practice schedule into your training and see how your skills are improving each time from tournament to tournament.
It gives me a lot of good competition. I play kids I haven't played before, some kids I have played before. I get to practice the strategy I've been practicing during the week. I get to practice new shots and everything, and I use them in my matches, and I think I improve a lot in my mental game and also my game in general.
I try to do my best every time and, well, try to play my game and improve it sometimes. Maybe do something different sometimes. Different styles of play, you need to play differently. Then you get the best out of it and get better at it.
It's a lot of fun, and it's a good way to practice competitions and just being more aggressive on the court and point play, just getting better at it.
We go through a lot of pain in the practice sessions, so it feels good for it to pay off. So I like to work hard in the practice so I can perform here.
For me, it's getting practice and just having fun, but that's pretty much it. I think it's just no matter if you win or lose, as long as you play your game, then I'll be totally fine.
Playing tournaments on the weekend is a way to practice what you've done all week, and to just practice being in point situations and competition is always great to help you get better in tennis and your end goal.
This is an amazing place for competitive tennis and training at the same time. I know you're very proud of Next Generation and what you offer the kids. So let's share that. What are you most proud of here?
When we have players come into the academy, they come in, they're happy, so they're here a long time. And then we see them go off to college. We just have 3 guys this year and 1 girl going off to college. They all signed. So it's good to see.
Well, Jonathan, you made the big choice. You've chosen your school, Alabama A&M. So what's it like now playing tournaments knowing you're getting ready for college tennis?
It's great. It takes basically just focus everything on preparing for the team, to do everything you can for the team, be in the best shape you can, ready to get wins and improve. That's the main focus. You don't have to worry about what school am I going to go to, SAT, ACT, that stuff's kind of behind you. So.
UTR Tennis, it is part of your new venture, David Fish. How exciting is it to be part of it? And what is your day-to-day function with this amazing addition to our game?
Yeah. Well, it's a wonderful question, Dave. It's been a passion and a mission for the last 10 years since I met Dave Howell, who was the very creative founder of it. It was an idea that hadn't caught traction yet, and I looked at it, and Dave taught me more in an hour than I would have learned in 30 years of watching about what was ailing tennis and how we could remedy it and bring back a lot of what used to be great about tennis that we've somehow lost. And so it's been a very exciting mission. I actually looked toward the latter parts of my career at Harvard, and I said, what if we could exercise 1 point of leverage on the game to change it for the good, to make it more affordable, more accessible, more accurate, people could spend less money, integrate more different ages the way we used to. We used to learn from older people. They used to be our mentors, and we've lost a lot of that. And I looked at that and I said, if we could get this known throughout the world, it would be Archimedes' lever. It would change the whole landscape of tennis for affordability. All of a sudden, imagine if you got 220,000 kids in these NJTL programs that the USTA runs. If those kids had a legitimate pathway to come up and display their skills locally without getting eliminated from the game because they simply couldn't afford the expenses. Imagine the kids that wouldn't have to give up school to go full-time on the ITF circuit if they could have local open circuits where they could play great competition. In France, as Dave Howell understood, they have 50-year-old post-tour players who are playing up to 50 matches a year. Imagine if we had this in the United States, it would be a staggering impact And so with Dave's system, we've been able to build on that. And I'm ever so grateful to Mark Leslie, who came in as the principal investor and has put it on a whole new level of footing, bringing in people like Oracle and Tennis Channel and Roger Federer and that marketing group, Team 8, Novak Djokovic, Tennis Australia. It's a staggering group of people who are all believe that we can weave tennis back together and eliminate this sort of fragmented, everybody's fighting for their piece of the turf nature of the game. And we can do it, and it will help us really bring back a culture that will encourage more people to stay in the game longer, contribute to it. We'll bring back more sponsors if we can bring tennis back locally into the clubs. You know, imagine if you had a great tournament here and you've got young kids sitting on the sidelines 10 feet away instead of in the nosebleed seats. How inspiring would that be for people? And so this whole culture that we're bringing about is just so exciting, and it's kind of growing every single day. We're trying to get now 340 high school students in to capture their results and make them feel part of American tennis. So it's just about as exciting as I could do in my second chapter work, and I'm thrilled for the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, we stepped into this about a little over a year and a half ago, and we took what was a great idea, and now we've been looking to roll it out and broaden it out internationally as well as into local tennis. So we're well on our way.
All ages, all skills, all genders, all abilities. How great is that for the game?
Well, you know, I think you see it in golf, right? If you have an index in golf, and it suddenly allows you to compare yourself to other players. I think the idea of level-based play is a phenomenal concept, and we hope that it can open up play for everybody everywhere. Increase participation in the game. That's what we need.
How excited are you about the impact, and where is the impact going to take it?
Well, so right now, you know, we've taken in elite tennis. We just started about 2 months ago rolling out into colleges. We're rolling more product now into high schools. We're going into local communities, and we're going internationally. So we'd love to have every player in the world rated, and then we'd love to connect them to find opportunities to play and compete and have fun.
Hey, 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 it's time for our Lakewood National Tennis Giveaway drawing, which includes 3 tennis clinics with Nate Griffin and his staff, a 1-hour private training session with the Caz. Let's see who the lucky winner is going to be. David Nissan. David, we will be in touch. You know I'm looking for a new champion, and it could be you. Stop by the Lakewood Sales and Information Center at 5518 Palmer Circle at Lakewood National to register.
Hi there, Nate Griffin, the Director of Racket Sports here at Lakewood National Golf Club in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. I have a tip for you today to make your overhead a little bit stronger. When you hit an overhead smash, it's okay to make a couple of shuffle steps when you get ready if the ball is close to the net. But if your opponent hits a ball that's deeper over your head, you really want to make that first move with a turn and a push. And then as you get closer, you can make a couple shuffle steps to the ball. So remember, when the ball is farther back, it's a crossover step here, and you're moving this way so you can get back there a little bit faster. And if the ball's a little bit closer, you can take your regular shuffle steps and get set that way. So go ahead and give that a try next time on your overhead, and we'll see you next time.
Tennis fans, great to have you with us on Inside Tennis with the Caz. We love our sponsors, and you will too. Stop by and see them. But until then, remember, in tennis scoring, love means nothing, but love of the game means everything. Keep alive your love of the game. Love you, tennis fans, and we'll see you right here every Saturday, 12:30 on SNN.
Inside Tennis with the Caz has been brought to you by Firkins Automotive. Find it at Firkins, and by Lakewood National. Lakewood National. Golf, tennis, spa, home.